No, Mike, today being the 26th day of November 2025,
yes.
And it's our pleasure to welcome our guests to the show officially, right?
Yes.
Tufanye vile tunafanyanga. Hamjambo watazamaji popote ulipo.
Na karibu kwenye kipindi cha Good Morning Kenya alfajiri ya leo.
Kwa majina naitwa Victor Olo.
Kwa majina yangu naitwa Mike Megwe.
Tafadhali unaweza kutupata katika mtandaoni
KBC Channel 1
at Victor Olo
and at M Megwe pale katika mtandao wa kijamii wa Twitter ama ukipenda X.
Karibuni. I don't think Nancy Okware Kamche are happy about us.
Well,
but yes, we are giving them a run for their money.
Yes.
Don't you think so?
If for instance, hypothetically, gun to your head,
yes.
Ongea Kiswahili sanifu for 5 minutes, Victor. What will you do?
The same question. Ambia Kamche Menza haongee English sanifu for 10 minutes. But she can.
She can actually. She can.
Okay. Kamche, Nancy Okware, Nancy Onyancha, and our colleagues, thank you so much. Good morning, Kenya, and welcome to the program. My name is Victor Lo. This is how we begin it. The month is coming to an end. Actually, this is the last Wednesday of the week,
yes.
End of the month.
Yeah.
Next week we'll be talking about something completely different, and of course we always thank you for staying with us. Now, today being a Wednesday, and we have got so much to talk about. Basically, when it comes to the country, today we'll be talking about the country at a glance. There is so much happening around, you know. We all know what's happening. The by-elections slated in the next 24 hours. That is tomorrow, Thursday. 181 candidates, you know, cleared by the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission. We have got 24 electoral areas, not electoral areas, with 7 constituencies having going to the ballot. And one of them, the oldest one, is Banisa constituency. Banisa has not had a representative or a member of parliament since March of 2023. The member of parliament died shortly after they were sworn in. And since then, they've not had a representation. So tomorrow, they'll have a choice to make. Okay, so let's take a look at Kenya at a glance, Mike, and of course, see what's happening across the country. I'll be joined by Kelo Misori, who is a Secretary General of KUPPET, as well as Newton Kamasi. Newton Kamasi is the Secretary General of Western Kenya Professional Caucus, WEPROC. WEPROC, when we talk about Western Kenya professionals, the caucus, there's a lot of heat and tension in Malava constituency, all right? And also Gibson Gesori, who's an advocate of the High Court of Kenya, is also a political analyst. So let's take a look at Kenya at a glance. Let's talk about the by-elections, the high stakes, what is expected of the IBC, the Ethicon team, and of course, the outcome and the candidates. But most importantly, you as Wanjiku, are you going to make an informed decision? So join me shortly, and we'll be taking a look at that.
Yeah, indeed,
yes.
Indeed. And today, also, I want us to talk about something else concerning insurance, and we shall be looking at financing insurance premium. That is a conversation that will be coming to you later on. I'll be having Michael Zeni Malenya, MBA, who is General Manager, Life Insurance, Equity, Bank Assurance, Intermediary. That is a conversation that will be coming to you later on in the program. But I also want to interest you with a quote by Confucius. Life is really simple, but we insist on making it complicated. Life is really simple, but we insist on making it complicated. Think about that. Because I think, Victor, from that quote,
yes.
I think, to me, it amplifies on simplicity of focusing on what is important.
You know, by there, why are we always worried about tomorrow? You know, it's even in the good book.
Yes.
Because life itself, we cannot compare. When we want to compare life and someone says that life is hard, compared to what?
Exactly. You know, okay. hard is relative.
Exactly. Okay, life is so hard. Okay, yes. Hard compared to?
Because where you are right now,
yes.
Somebody else may be saying, hey, I wish I was where Victor is right now. I wish I was where Mike is right now.
Yeah.
But then again, you talk to Mike, you hear him say, I wish to
I
be...
was where Mike is.
Exactly. Like, hard is relative.
Hard is relative.
Hard is relative. So,
And basically, it's, I normally say that whatever you go through in life was already, there's always a blueprint about it.
exactly.
So you're not there by accident. It's already in the DNA of your life. It was designed to be like that.
Yes.
It was designed that we are supposed to be here at this point. And Vivian is not supposed to be here. That was predetermined in life. So there is nothing you can do about it.
Yes.
And when somebody said that, I ever heard you're being kicked in any part of your body, do not show it on your face.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, you're being kicked, but you have to soldier on. So, Mike, life is not hard. We are just complicating.
We just complicate things.
But how do we complicate it?
I think, you know, there's the aspect of thinking that there is you wanting more, but the way you want to achieve it is what now to you matters. But then again, yes, you have dreams, but then again, you do not have to complicate the way you go for them. Just focus on what will get you there. Anything along the way is just noise. When you focused, I think you'll get to where you want. It's simple. Focus.
It's interesting.
Yes. And now, coming back to the elections, the by-elections that that will be happening tomorrow, you know, there are areas that are considered high stakes for both Kenya Kwanza and the opposition. And you look at an area like Mbeere North. For someone who is going to win in such a by-election, for it to be determined as a good win or a determinant win, they must win with a big margin, because that will determine a lot in terms of how the 2027 politics will go henceforth. And you look at the competition right now, it's very steep, in areas like Malava and Mbeere North.
Not forgetting Kasipul.
Kasipul, yes.
That is my constituency, where I come from. But then now, come to think of it, when talk of high stakes, you have got two gentlemen who are going head to head.
Yes.
The former and the current deputy president. And so the confusion, not even the confusion, the mix and the fix in that political landscape in Mbeere North is this. The candidate who is being fronted there is a DP candidate.
Yes.
Who is chaired, DP is Justin Muturi, who is the party leader, Justin Muturi.
Yes.
Now, the former member of parliament, Godfrey Ruku, who is now cabinet secretary, was a member of DP.
Yes.
Was elected on DP ticket. And here, the government is supporting a different candidate, all right? And we also have another feeling from the Mbeere people that they need to vote for their own candidate. So it becomes a bit hard not to crack for the two gentlemen. That is the deputy president and the former deputy president, Rigathi Gachagua.
Yes.
So to speak.
Yes.
Because look at it this way. The fight for Mount Kenya is on. And Rigathi Gachagua has done that for the longest. And when you look at the deputy president right now, Kithure Kindiki, is also fighting because he is the supreme leader right now in the mountain region.
Yes.
So his fight for survival is there.
Yes.
That brings me on the front page of the Standard.
Yes.
You get what the Standard is saying? Fighting for survival.
Yes.
And what is the survival is the Standard talking about here? The political survival. Basically, it says that for the politicians, Ruto has quietly tasked with securing Mount Kenya, Western and Pastoral Belt. Tomorrow's polls are unforgiving, quite literally.
Yes.
Because victory strengthens their bargaining power heading into cabinet reshuffles, party realignments, and coalition talks. Defeat, however, will expose them as liabilities. Leaders who can't shift votes, can't whip local loyalties, and can't deliver when it matters. In a government that measures value in raw numbers, failing at home is political suicide. Now that explains what I'm talking about.
Yes.
I think Kenyans have made fun out of the deputy president.
They have made, I think Kenyans make fun of almost every leader.
Yes.
And that is probably the way they take things easy. And given what is captured on the front page of that newspaper,
yes,
I think it speaks more to the for the former and the current deputy president. In that Mbeere North is a battle of the deputies.
Yeah.
And that is more about the political influence that each has within the mountain region.
Yeah.
And it's going to be very, given the way they have been doing campaigns rigorously, it's going to speak, the outcome of that by-election tomorrow will indicate, will speak to the political influence each has within that region. And for any one of them, in terms of to have bragging rights,
yes,
so to speak, their candidate must win decisively so that they can have that bragging right saying, you know what, this is what happened. My political influence within this region is higher than yours. But then again, it speaks to how maybe it's an indicator of how 2027 politics, especially within Mount Kenya,
yes,
will look like.
Have you had, I know in your life you've had certain tests done and you're waiting for the result.
Yes.
I don't know which one in particular.
Yeah.
Which one in particular? Malaria test?
Yeah, especially a blood.
Yeah, and the doctor tells you, wait there for 15 minutes. The palpitation, the anxiety,
yes,
what the outcome would be.
Yeah.
So I think it's akin to what these politicians are going through right now.
Yeah.
Because they are put on the political weighing scale quite literally, because now the president has not said anything. The president has not gone to those regions to campaign, probably, you know, just passing by. But then, the way they have campaigned, look at Musalia Mudavadi. He's camped in Malava quite literally, supported by his lieutenants. We have got Farouk Kibet actually, you know, camping there in Malava constituency. We have got the likes of Boni Khalwale, who is now the government chief whip in the Senate and supporting a different candidate who is not a government candidate. So you look at whatever they are going through right now, the political anxiety is quite unbearable for them.
Yes.
But they are politicians and they know each other.
And they have done politics for quite some time, so this should not be a problem to them.
They might know each other.
Yes.
But then, when it comes to political arithmetic, the center will hold.
Yes.
The center will not stop holding. The center will hold because they have to bring numbers.
Yeah.
They have to convince their locals. They have to convince the state, the executive, the president, that, hey, boss, you made the right choice, and here we can deliver numbers. Remember, politics is about numbers and resources and perception. If you can sway them to your side, you're home and dry and good to go.
Exactly.
So it's bare knuckles fight. As Ruto allies, rivals vie for Paul's prize. Again, almost the same thing we're talking about. As godfathers hold their breath as mini polls gamble comes to a head for leaders whom the president hopes to peg his campaigns on. A win is critical, very critical.
Yes.
To show one's worth, leaders must prove their worth in their home turfs. Very, very. So, you know, we've been talking about two candidates, Mike. Yes. Before I take you, give us what's on the star. We've been talking about two candidates in Kasipul, but let me give you a breakdown on how the Standard has given it out. Now, we have got 10 candidates in Kasipul who are battling out tomorrow. 10 candidates will vie for 67,513 votes in the Kasipul parliamentary by-election tomorrow. The contenders include, let me start, bear with me. We have got Abok Isaac Kiche, who is of Kenya Moja movement, Aroko Philip Nation, independent candidate. We have got Bior Robert Mani, who is an independent candidate, Kutiende Sam Rateng Okoth, United Progressive Alliance, Okelo Jesse Samson Owen, Democratic National Alliance, Omondi Collins Okeo, Movement for Democracy and Growth, Ongondo Boyd Were, who is a candidate of ODM, Oyo Ishmael Omondi, National Liberal Party. We have Ouma Jasmine, Linda, Uma Gisman Linda Aoko, who is an independent candidate, and finally, Uma Robert Ouko, Labour Party of Kenya. So there are 10 candidates. We can only have one winner by tomorrow. The commission, this is around, as I said, 67,513 voters, registered voters, as per the IBC register. The same, which was used in 2022 general election. The votes are actually distributed in 5 wards. All right? Yeah. Kasipul has 5 wards. That's East Kamagak, West Kamagak, Central Kasipul, South Kasipul, and West Kasipul. It's confusing. Normally people say it's Kasipul Kabondo or Kabondo Kasipul.
Yes.
Let me give you the difference. Initially, before the boundaries was split or delimitation of boundaries, it used to be Kasipul Kabondo constituency. It was one of the biggest constituencies in Kenya then. It was huge. Actually, it would border Kisii, and it goes up to that side of Rongo, and you go towards Kindu Bay, go towards Sondu, go back to Nyamira. It was one of the hugest constituencies before it was split. So after delimitation of boundaries, it was now split into 2. We have got Kasipul constituency and Kabondo Kasipul, not Kasipul Kabondo.
Kabondo Kasipul.
Kabondo Kasipul. Initially, it was Kasipul Kabondo constituency, all right? But after it was split, it became Kasipul constituency and Kabondo Kasipul. So Kabondo Kasipul is now where it's headed by Mheshimiwa Ivo Bara. Okay? Kabondo Kasipul. And Kasipul was represented by the late Sir Charles Ongondowere.
Yes.
And so that's where the by-election is. All right. Now you get it?
Yes, now I get it.
Very good.
You know, what is captured on the front page of the Star is just exactly what we've talked about. Ruto Gachagua mini-election battle shifts to vote protection. Trusted generals to oversee the process seen as a test run for 2027. That is a story that is captured on page 6 of the Star. There it said that President William Ruto and Democracy for Citizens Party leader Rigathi Gachagua have shifted their by-election showdown to an all-out vote protection battle. The areas that some analysts have termed the mini polls as a test run for 2027.
Yeah.
And also the areas that include Mbeere North, Magarini, Malava, Kasipul, Narok Town, and which are expected to witness razor-thin contests. So these are high-stakes kind of a by-election that is going to take place tomorrow, and all eyes will be on these areas. But more importantly, the areas like Malava, Kasipul, Mbeere North, those one present a very uphill task for the candidates that will be contesting over there. Also, IEBC's credibility at stake amid bribery, violence allegation. That is a story told also on page 6. The reconstituted Electoral Commission is increasing under scrutiny over allegations of electoral tampering, bribery, and inaction on cases of violence during campaigns. That story you can find on page 6 of the Star newspaper. PS, Hustler Fund build credit footprints for 27 million Kenyans. That story is told on page 12 of the Star newspaper. How Raila saved sister, that is a burial from abusive MP. That is story you can read on page 6. No room for misconduct at IEBC. Chair Erastus Ethekon tells Kenyans. That is a story you can read on page 8 of the Star newspaper. Kenya needs to find sustainable transport system to actualize the dream. The state needs to foster collaborations. You can read that story on page 7 of the Star newspaper. Borrowing from Peter to pay Paul, how Treasury spent 2.7 trillion debt. That story is told in detail on page 4 of the Star newspaper. Illegal transfer of domestic debt funded recurrent expenditure instead of development project as required by law. That story, read it in detail on page 4 of the Star newspaper. Victor, what is captured on the Nation?
Okay. On the Daily Nation, it's all about IBC again.
Yes.
But before you get that, it's the story about the Odinga family again. That's captured there. Another blow to Odinga family as Raila's youngest sister passes away. People used to call Raila Wadgakinyi and all that. But it's said that Beryl lived a very quiet life.
Yes.
She lived a very quiet life, and she took her last yesterday at the age of 78. Okay, so our prayers and hopes and sympathy goes to the Odinga family once again.
Indeed.
Okay, come back to the front page of the Daily Nation. IBC faces big test in mini polls. That is on the front page of the Daily Nation. Opposition politicians have already gone to court to demand more electoral reforms. So it's a case of make or break for the electoral body. The Electoral Commission says that it is all set to deliver credible by-elections tomorrow, which many Kenyans will be watching with an eye on 2027. Will the IBC chairman Erastus Ethekon and his team steer the hotly contested polls in a free, fair and transparent manner? Will the conduct restore the confidence in the commission? I remember talking about this sometimes back with my guests, and the question was the credibility test that the Ethicon team is now facing. IBC, IEC, we call them, all those electoral commissions in the past have been, dogged by a lot of mistrust and a lot of questions by Kenyans. Remember, even back then, the opposition would go to court to challenge some of the decisions that the commissions were making, and now the Ethicon and his team are now having to test waters tomorrow. Some would call it a litmus test. We all did chemistry, and we know what a litmus test can do. So it's for them to make sure that they get the confidence from Kenyans who will be going to the ballot tomorrow. Kalonzo Musyoka said that the new IBC team will it says that this is a new IBC team, and we all know how it came to be in for office. That's a Kalonzo Musyoka in verbatim. It is the lowest rated public institution when it comes to trust by the public. So the chairman and his commission have a huge responsibility, true to what is being said here. So I think they have got a lot of pressure. Yes. You remember what Aludalala said, the communications director of the commission's communications, said that they are independent. They are going to do whatever possible and whatever is in their purview to make sure that they deliver that election squarely. Reports is that 6 in 10 school children struggle with reading and maths. This is a grim reality, for real. 6 in 10 children cannot read a simple sentence or solve basic math problems. Alarmingly, 2/3 of these 3 are currently in school. Okay? Are currently in school. The findings were revealed in a new report by the People's Action for Learning Network that measured learning outcomes among 89,870 school children aged between 5 to 16 years. So, Mike, you can imagine, and this is in 12 counties, 12 years across 12 countries. The results raise major concerns about the quality of education in many low and middle income countries. So it's a grim reality. It comes to a certain number here that 43% of 10-year-olds in Kenya who meet benchmark compared to Tanzania, 33%, and Uganda, 4%.
Wow, that is serious.
Okay, let me take that again. Let it sink in. 43% of 10-year-olds in Kenya meet benchmark compared to Tanzania, 33%, and Uganda,
4%.
4%.
Boiling down to the quality of education.
There you have it. There you have it. So there's another battle in Nyamira. When there was another impeachment happened there. The MCAs ousted for the third time.
Yes.
Their governor.
Amos Nyaribo.
So it's now time for the Senate to do its work one more time. I don't know how this thing can be resolved once and for all. It's becoming... Yeah? Did you ever watch Tom and Jerry?
Tom and Jerry? Yes.
You can sit and watch Tom and Jerry. Even right now, you can still sit and watch Tom and Jerry.
It's on YouTube.
Yes, those two are crazy people. Tom would do this, Jerry would do that. Jerry would do that, Tom would do this.
But this is a big the question about impeachment of governors. Has it been misused? Has it been misused by members of the county assembly? Maybe to have their way, and impeachment is the only way to them. Has it been misused? That is a question that comes out, because looking at the number of impeachments that we've had, especially since 2022, begs that question. What is the end game? Has it been misused?
Good question.
Yeah.
Because we've had so many impeachments.
Exactly.
With the fiercest one was Kawira Mwangaza.
Yeah.
You remember that? And that was one big battle. Yes. Okay. So let's wait and see how the Senate is going to do it this time around, because when you have got 3 impeachments in under 2-3 years, that is a lot of work to do. That is absolutely a lot of work. Even if it's about the accusations and the allegations against the governor, it cannot be that one person making same mistakes in a span of, few months apart.
Yes.
It's quite expensive, Mike. It's quite expensive putting up that legal team.
Exactly.
It's huge. It's a very big task. And now, almost everything in that county has stopped.
Yes.
Because where the governor is supposed to appear and sign, it means that he cannot do it right now.
Exactly.
The powers are completely now limited. So, again, let's wait and see how IBC is going to run it. I mean, Senate, I beg your pardon,
yes.
is going to run it. I was reading about IBC faces credibility test in mini polls.
Yeah.
My mind runs so fast. Okay, so Ethicon says that the commission does not take instructions from any individual and political actors or other external forces. Basically, they say that they're independent. And so if you are thinking of giving them conditions and instructions, ole wako. Opposition has filed a case seeking orders compelling agency to gazette polling station in 6 months before elections. And it's quite... they actually talk about gazetting polling stations. We saw what really is happening in Baringo County, where some polling stations are actually submerged underwater. They no longer exist.
Yes.
Actually, they're underwater. Schools are completely marooned. So they are to do that within 24 hours. I think by the end of today, they'll have new polling centers gazetted for that by-election. So IBC officials says that all is set for by-elections. Broad-based blues wrangles test strength of Ruto and Raila deal. We've talked about this over and over again. Accord tested by hardline positions, clashing expectations, and widening gap between public assurance and behind-the-scenes maneuvers. Now, Nyamira MCAs vote to impeach Nyaribo for the 3rd time.
Yes.
This is my take. Whatever the case or whatever the accusations or whatever the allegations may be, this is my own take. I have no political ambitions and I'm not bidding for anybody. I think the people of Nyamira deserve a chance to be served, both by the MCAs and the governors.
Yes.
That is what's happening. The MCAs need to deliver in their respective wards. If it all goes this way, that let's just say, and God forbid, that it goes to the extreme, and Nyamira County is now subjected to another by-election.
Yes.
Can we just think about that? Then it means that IBC will gazette another by-election in that county. Not by-election, the deputy governor will take over.
Yes.
All right? The deputy governor will take over. And we have got a few months, around 18 or so, to the next election. This is my plea, that the MCAs, whichever political ambitions you have,
Yes.
or whatever it is, I am not a voter in Nyamira, but you need to serve your people. You need to pass the bills. You need to legislate. You need to, do those roads. Going to the village, I passed through Nyamira. You need to work. You need to work. Political ambitions will come and go.
Because this has a ripple effect even to service delivery.
Exactly.
To the people.
All right. Sawa. So kwa hayo machache na mengi tunakuomba sana tuchukue nini Mike?
Unaitwa muda wa mapumziko.
Mapumziko madogo tu.
Madogo tu.
Tafadhali usiondoke hapo. Ni wakati wetu wa kumeza mate na kutafuta chai.
Ama kopo la chai, kopo la maji.
Okay. Kopo la ngoa?
Kopo la maji.
We'll be right back. Stay with us. Mike ameharibu hii kitu.
When the hills gave way in Marakwet, thousands were left with nothing. But together, we can help them rise again. Join KBC in the Restore Hope, Restore Earth campaign, Unity in Adversity. Together for Marakwet. Donate through paybill number 522533, account number 8036543, or drop foodstuffs and supplies at Marakwet County offices. Every shilling, every tree, every act of kindness counts. KBC, bringing Kenyans together.
Can't just step in for surgery.
Director, I was the one who asked Dr. Ma to perform the surgery. I'm also the vice captain of the medical team. I can go talk to Dr. Kevin if needed.
Well, May, that's not how it should be. As a doctor, don't I have the right to save a life? If the patient had died, and you'd have to explain why we're taking out a corpse.
They say daughters look like fathers. Good thing she doesn't.
I'm not bad looking.
Faith versus ambition. When do I know when I'm overstepping? When do I know when I'm going too far?
People believe so long as I prayed, God will do everything.
Yeah.
No, prayer is like a boardroom meeting with God. So the guy who is doing things without God can get results, but not get peace.
Okay.
The guy who's not doing anything but believes in God will be frustrated and will actually suffer depression. Our God is faithful, our God is loving, our God wants you to succeed. But over and above, our God wants us to be productive.
Kenyans, mostly those over 60 years, but awareness is low. It is still the past, But love, patience, and understanding can protect the present. Alzheimer's is accompanied by various symptoms.
You get loss of memory, especially recent memory. You'll find that they may not remember where they have kept their phones or their money. You find some bit of change in behavior. And then some become aggressive. You get people forgetting the names of others or who they are, yet they're part of the family. So mainly it's the issue of memory, but you get impaired learning as well. And also, like I said, change in behavior. And this progresses from early signs and it keeps going to a situation where now they are not even able to, if they get out of the compound, they will not know how to get back. So they are sort of limited to certain levels.
In Kenyan communities, Alzheimer's is oftenly misunderstood. Some call it madness, others think it's a curse. And the progressive brain disorder sadly not only affects thinking, but it also triggers behavior change which could cause trauma. The question is, what are the risk factors of Alzheimer's?
Age and genetics. It's a progressive disease. And because it's a progressive disease, sometimes there may be very little that can be done. However, there are certain factors that could sort of precipitate it. We've had, from experience, patients who, when they are given certain drugs, for example, sedatives, or drugs to alter their behavior, antipsychotics, then the symptoms are triggered. So usually we have to look around nutrition, we have to look around factors that would alter their mood, causing depression. We have to look around drugs that they could be taking. We have to look around the underlying comorbidities, underlying the diseases, for example, diabetes, hypertension. We have to look around all those to make sure they are well taken care of, because they pose a risk in precipitating memory disturbances in a patient who is already genetically predisposed or age-wise predisposed.
While there is no cure for Alzheimer's, early diagnosis and compassionate care can make a difference. But what is the treatment plan for Alzheimer's?
Some of the treatments that we employ are treatments that improve nerve function. If, for example, there is underlying stroke, we give treatments that would prevent further deterioration in nerve damage. If we are suspecting vitamin deficiencies, we give treatments that sort of supplements that improve the brain function. We have some newer treatments in the area of what we call immunotherapy. And those are the treatments that seem to be having some impact, although we are yet to assess whether it's major impact or not.
Despite the efforts to fight against this disease in the country and around the globe, the medical field still faces various setbacks and limitations of current treatment plans.
The newer treatments are expensive. Alzheimer's or dementia generally is a disease that is handled mainly at a specialty level by neurologists, sometimes psychologists, psychiatrists. And so some of these, getting access to a neurologist, we don't have very many in the country, so that's one more limitation. And the ones we have, of course, are quite booked. So by the time you get a slot, it might take a while.
Alzheimer's does not just affect the elderly. It affects entire families. But how can we help in preventing it?
Prevention is key in Alzheimer's. And some of the areas of prevention or areas that would help to prevent is making sure that your head is protected, especially after a certain age. After 60 years of age, I think people should be careful so that they don't bang their heads left, right, and center. Because head injury can, predispose to that kind of a situation. We also advise that now we have a lot of biking, piki, boda. We advise that people should have helmets on to prevent head injury. And then, of course, a healthy diet, exercise. These are very important approaches in trying to reduce early onset dementia. Exercise, and then keep your brain active. I think people need to go to school even at the age of 60 and on.
Patients with Alzheimer's require a lot of attention and activities done for them. For example, bathing, entertainment, and sometimes even feeding, which in some cases could cause a toll on caregivers. But despite all that, learn the signs, seek help, and most importantly, break the stigma.
And welcome back. Now let's come back to what is happening in the country. Being a Wednesday, let's talk about matters, talk about Kenya at a glance. A lot is happening in the country. Of course, we all know that by-election slated for tomorrow. High stakes across the political parties and of course across the country. But the most important one is that Wanjiku is going to get a representation once again. There are so many constituencies, 7 of them, and several wards across the country which haven't had any representation for a very long time. One of them is Magarini. Magarini, we have got Magarini, Mbeere North, Kasipul, Malava, which one else? Banisa constituency, and there's a 6th one. I'll remember that, I'll tell you. So all of them are going for a by-election tomorrow. So let's take this one, Kenya at a glance. And I'm happy that 2 gentlemen are in studio. I've got Newton Hamasi. Newton Hamasi is Secretary of Western Kenya Professionals Caucus, otherwise known as WEPROC. It's been a while. Newton, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Karibu sana Mwami.
Asante sana.
Thank you so much. And of course, Senior Akelo Misori, who is a Secretary of KUPPET, is not new to Jerusalem. Walimu, good morning.
Good morning.
Karibu sana.
Thank you so much.
Welcome to Cups of Coffee.
Thank you.
We are good people.
Yeah,
Newton, are you happy?
it's a good guess.
Where you come from, tea is important.
Very important and very crucial. I'm really enjoying this. Thank you so much.
Karibu sana. Now, let's talk about what's happening tomorrow. And IEBC says that it's ready to go to deliver a free and fair and credible by-elections tomorrow. In all the 181, that is 24 electoral areas, 181 candidates vying for different political seats tomorrow. My colleague John Curia has got that story, just giving us details on what is expected of the IEBC. Here's the story.
He insists it will deliver a transparent election, seeking to allay fears of malpractice. Constituency Returning Officer John Kenywa says preparations are complete, with both strategic and non-strategic materials ready for disbursement on Wednesday.
There are mechanisms which have been put in place, including the Commission has provided experts in IT who are supporting us in the Taring Center. Actually, whatever is going on is the preparation for the same. So we can assure you the machines will work.
Amid protests by the Democratic Party, whose candidate Newton Karis is among the contenders, the IEBC has confirmed the 2022 certified register will be used in the mini polls.
The Commission has ensured that everything, all the materials required are provided for, including the ballot papers, which is the strategic materials, and the necessary, the KIEMS, that is the Kenya Integrated Electoral Management System equipment.
In Magarini, Wiper Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka has vowed that the opposition will keenly monitor the by-elections in both Magarini and Mbere. He accused unnamed state agents of plotting to rig the vote.
Polisi, jukumu lenu wakati kama huu ni kuhakikisha usalama wa wananchi. Kama mwananchi atatoka kwake nyumbani, akisha malizana na hizi kioski hizi zinaletwa, unga usiku, nini yote hiyo, aende kwa utaratibu, aende apige kura yake.
In Malava, Kakamega County, DAPK candidate Seth Panyaku has raised alarm over alleged voter bribery, accusing the UDA campaign team of enticing residents just a day before the polls.
Kama watakuja na hizo pesa, vile tumekuwa tukiwaambia tu, nyinyi chukueni pesa. Kitu ambacho hamstahili kufanya ni kumpa mtu kitambulisho yako au namba ya kitambulisho chako.
However, UDA candidate David Ndakwa dismissed the claims as propaganda aimed at tarnishing the party's image.
Aende kwa IBC, apeleke evidence, aende kwa polisi, apeleke evidence. Me, I'm not accusing anybody. I've not even accused them. Me, I'm ready for election. I'm ready to face them, and I've been facing them. Hata mimi sijawatacha kwa kampeni yangu.
In Banisa constituency, Mandera County, IEBC Commissioner Hassan Nur Hassan says all is set for a smooth by-election. Hassan, who visited the area this afternoon to oversee readiness and ensure that all systems are in place for polling day, expressed satisfaction with the preparations, highlighting that recruitment and training of polling staff have been completed.
The kits have all been delivered. All vehicles have been procured for the purpose of delivery of materials to polling stations. All the security organs have all been fully sensitized.
Meanwhile, preparations for the Lake Zone and Nanam Ward by-elections in Turkana County are complete. County Elections Manager Amos Obonyo has confirmed that voting equipment has been dispatched to polling stations and all officials have undergone training.
In Lake Zone Ward, we are having 36 polling stations. And in all those 36 polling stations, we have trained enough officers who are going to man their electoral activities in those areas.
And those skimmed kits have been enabled by given extra batteries. We have employed charging clerks. We also have extra kits in case some of those KIMS kits develop any technical issues.
Security has also been reinforced across Turkana ahead of Thursday's exercise.
Thank you, Jacob Curia. All right, that story by Jacob Curia sets the pace for our discussion this morning. Let me also welcome Gibson Gesori, who's an advocate of the High Court of Kenya. He's also a political analyst par excellence. Asante sana wakili for coming. Thank you so much. So 3 gentlemen, let me start by starting with the wise man in the middle, that is Senior Akelo Misori. Mwalimu, I mean, you've seen how elections in Kenya has been since independence. I know it might be so hard to walk us through that, but in a nutshell, we have grown as a country. And tomorrow, based on what you're seeing on the front page of The Standard, Fighting for Survival, there are 5 gentlemen who are pictured here on the front page. That is Deputy President Kithure Kindiki. We have got Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi. We have got Speaker. That is Moses Wetangula of the National Assembly, Speaker of the Senate, Amason Kingi, and of course, Alias Anjoho. The 5 gentlemen who is the Cabinet Secretary for Mining and Blue Economy and Maritime. What do you make of this headline? Why do you think the Standard has just chosen these 5 in your own way? And this bold and black, fighting for survival.
It is difficult to know the mindset of the journalist, of the Standard journalist. But if I'm given a freedom to talk about what they have written about the title of the newspaper today.
Yes.
It is true, it is a fight for survival for some of the politicians in the current administration. Because these elections coming on Thursday are elections which are going to shape the direction of the 2027 elections, especially for those who are in government and against those who are in the opposition. That's why the other title which I could have given the paper to write about, it is a do or die election for the current administration. Because if the Oda Brigade lose their election in Mbeere and they lose Malaba, you can imagine the kind of heads which may roll in the political strategy for 2027 elections. It will be point clear, especially those in the Mount Kenya region, that if UDA does not take Mbeere North, then it means that the deputy president is ineffective to deliver for the current administration in that election. If it happens in Western, for example, in Malaba, it means that the Speaker of National Assembly and the Prime Cabinet Secretary for this matter are ineffective in delivering Western for the current administration. So you can see how difficult it is. But it goes all the way, even when we talk about Kasipul Kabod, which, of course, they are scared. The Standard newspaper is scared to put the right photographs there.
Yes.
It is also a do or die for the broad-based government. Yeah. If they don't deliver Boyd Were to Parliament, then it means that ODM will have suffered a defeat in the home turf of Baba, and that means that 2027 is a free-for-all.
Yes, and having in mind that the party chair is the county governor.
And he's also the chief campaigner for Boyd Were for this matter. So it is difficult, and her deputy is campaigning also for somebody else.
Yes.
And for this matter, is not even an opponent, an independent. That means that the deputy governor of Homa Bay for this matter is not in the party. So it is something which is very interesting. So the way it shapes up and how the elections will be pronounced by the IBC on Thursday evening will definitely change the political dynamics of this nation, and we have to be ready for this kind of change. This is the reality on the ground.
You've just broken it well for us. I mean, Wakili, when you also think of that, it's quite confusing. Kasipul, the deputy governor, is campaigning for an independent candidate, and the party leader is campaigning for the ODM candidate. Go to Mbeere North. Mbeere North, the DP, who is the government chief campaigner in Mbeere North, is supporting a government candidate. And on this end, the party belongs to DP. Justin Muturi is a former Attorney General. That party belonged to the former Cabinet Secretary. The confusion we are seeing right now is something probably you didn't expect. We expected a clear black and white. This one goes on this side and this one goes on this side, including Malava constituency. Boni Halwale, who is, you know, the president said drives a government GK and a government official in the Senate, is supporting a different candidate. What is happening?
It's quite interesting, Victor, and I can't help but feel happy because this is the kind of political humor we needed after loss of Baba. People are still bitter, so we needed something to see government being put to task in every corner. And it's interesting, what of interest to me is the position of the president. He has chosen to be the bigger man, to sit back, give the resources, and then demand results. We have not seen him go all out there and say, now, Simusimame, now you're raising somebody's hand. And that is quite diplomatic of him because he never knows, he doesn't want to burn his fingers. Yes, he's interested, but then let the generals prove themselves so that you know which general are you going to trust more in the future in 2027. So this is a political litmus test for all these people which the standard has put there. And you see they are all in government, in prime positions, and the president is trying to see who is it that I can be able to trust and who is it that who can deliver when the chips have fallen. So they have to go out there with all the resources they need and prove themselves. They have gone to the sea. If you don't come with the fish, then you know where you stand. Because politics is not about friendship. Politics is not about how good looking you are. Politics is not how you talk. It's about what you can deliver. Because at the end of the day, what counts is the votes. So the deputy president wants to be the king of the region, of the Mount Kenya region. He has been told, go deliver one, go become one. So in Western, it's an interesting scenario also where the deputy president and the prime cabinet secretary, their heads are on the chopping board because they have to deliver Malava. Whether they do it, they have to, even the deputy, the cabinet secretary, that is the prime cabinet secretary, had to come clean and tell these people that, you know, this is my job here. It's really about my job here. If we lose this, I'm not sure I'm going to have a job. So when somebody, a man of the caliber of Mudavadi comes and says, my people, this is my job. This is my job we're talking about here. He's not joking. He's been told, deliver this or something else is going to happen. So he's scared.
Okay.
So they have to do everything that which they have to take. Let me finish with the Kasipul Kapon, which is an interesting one.
We take a break? It's 7:30.
Yes, it's okay.
Let's just take a break. Then I'll circle back. I've kept Newton for a reason. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
I am your shadow. I am your karma.
Mbona usijiombee mapepo kama hayo yanayokusumbua?
Zingine ngumu kusema. Huyu Elijah lazima nimkomeshe.
Najua kesho nitakuwa poa.
We.
Nataka mayai.
Karibu depression ni niwe bro. Hata ilivyo ilikuja.
Si tutaembea usiku kesho tuonekana tunaweza pata kibarua yote.
Differently. Not have a special society. You know,
So it has to start with us.
We still have a large number of people who doesn't know the rights of persons with disability. We still have a large number of people who are not exposed. Parents and guardians, they are still hiding persons with disability.
Nimekuwa na challenge moja tu ya kumpeleka shule. Juu shule yenye ameitwa ni huko Kilimani. Ukimpeleka shule za huku unakuambia wataki mtoto haoni. Juu tukimweka huko kwa class ni kumpotezea wakati.
We want to get rid of those areas and the normal way people look at people with disabilities, the way they charge them
differently.
Unaijua sauti ya Iman ambayo ilisimama thabiti ingawa ilipata shida.
Miaka ilivyopita, Uislamu uliposimama imara, Mtume Muhammad aliamua kumchagua Bilal kuwa muadhini wa kwanza katika Uislamu.
Tumeona watu wakikata tamaa na wengine ambao hawana imani wakaamua wengine mpaka kujitia kitanzi. Kwa wengine mmefanya makosa ambayo muone yametutoa katika Uislamu. Usikate tamaa na rahma ya Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Ya Nabi salam alayka, ya Rasul salam alayka.
And welcome back. Taking a look at Kenya at a glance, what is happening across the country. Tomorrow is a very big day for all of us here in the country. Now, Gibson, maybe just 1 minute to finalize what you're saying, kindly.
Yes, what I was saying is that we are witnessing very interesting scenarios in the political dynamics right now. And for Kasipul, where it stopped is the scenario whereby the deputy governor seems to be supporting an independent candidate, while the governor, who is the chairman of the party, is supporting another candidate. That clearly tells you that now people are trying to flex their muscles. All the gloves are off, because if you want to run in 2027, you need to have a position. Politically, you can't be a fence-sitter.
Yeah.
So everybody wants to declare. So this is an indicator of where people's interests are going to stand. So if you run with an independent candidate and then they win, then it means you don't respect even the governor. It means you're going to go for that seat, because you're also using to test yourself. So this is, I think, clear that the challenges now ODM is facing is that there are political dynamics which now even everybody has got to prove themselves. So going forward, we'll be seeing more realignments as we go to 2027. And this is just an interesting situation to find ourselves. We can be able to start predicting and seeing the political power shifting towards whatever side. And for the president or for the government, really, it's really to know. It's like the US midterm. If you lose the midterm, then you know definitely you're going to lose in the main elections.
Yes.
So this election is coming at that point where you have to know where you stand, so that if you don't take the lessons and change, then you're going to have it rough come the general elections.
Newton, when it comes to bare knuckle kind of campaigns that we are seeing right now, we've seen how people have called each other names, you know. Well, that is politics. So they can say that they know each other. But that really portrays the kind of politics that is being played down there, whatever we cannot air here on air, but the kind of clean and raw politics being played out there. Is it politics of ideology, or politics of substance, or politics of personality?
Thank you so much, Victor. First of all, you know what is happening in the country is so interesting, because basically we have done something called factory reset in the politics of Kenya since the late enigma Raila Amolo Odinga left us. If you look at the politics of today and of right now, and especially whatever is going to happen tomorrow, you realize that there's no godfather scenarios in these all by-elections. In that, let's say like an example in Kasipul, If Baba was there and said vote for ODM, people will go vote for ODM. But right now as it is every man for himself. And the game is changing in a way that I believe the Kenyan electorate are not going to elect leaders based on what they have been told, on what they can see. That is why in these by-elections, you will be shocked. I can see you saying it is a battle royale between, I don't know, the broad-based and the opposition. I can tell you this is a battle royale between the electorate and the type of leadership they want. Because you'll see even independent candidates being elected during this by-election. It is not going to be a shock to me, but it will be a shock to many. Because if you look at how the politics is playing around, you realize that Kenyans have become very smart. People think we are still in that particular cocoon of where we used to just vote because of the sake of voting. No. Right now we have an enlightened electorate who have seen the caliber of leaders they have elected because they were told by their leaders to elect them. And they have failed them terribly. And therefore at this moment, we can see the electorate thinking on their own. And trust me, tomorrow we are going to see a paradigm shift in the way the elections and the electorate elect their leaders. Basically, if you see the president stepping aside from all these campaigns, it's not that he has not smelled the coffee. He has noticed that right now, going into 2027, it is every man for himself. It is not about a group or a political party or a political grouping that is coming together for this particular agenda. No. The electorate are going to elect you based on the ideologies you're putting on the table and based on what you're going to do for them. If you don't convince them strongly, Victor, trust you me, it will be something of a different story. To bring you back to Western Kenya, the case of Malava, you've seen the Prime Cabinet Secretary talking about his selfishness at his position. You know, he comes and tells people that it is about my job. It is not about you in this by-election. It is about my... Yani, he's showing his selfishness, his personality. It is about him. It is not about the people. And that is why in Malava, it is going to be a lesson to such politicians. Because when we go to elect, we are not electing so that you can protect your job, Victor. Even in Mbeere North, we have the deputy president saying, you know, this is my chance to be seen as the king of Mount Kenya. And yet he was only appointed, he was not elected. That is something that he needs to remind himself continuously, that he is not an elected deputy president, but an appointed deputy president. And because of that, he comes on the ground and tells the people that it is about my job as the deputy president. It is not about them. It is about the interest of the electorate. And Victor, this is going to be a very big lesson to some of these people, because they have been in that particular safe zone of saying, it is about protecting my job. Okay, if we protect, let's say, the Prime Cabinet Secretary's position by voting in his candidate, what has he helped the people of Western Kenya? Nothing. Apart from him driving in cars. Victor, I will say it as it is, because, you know, the moment we start hiding the truth, it is the moment we continue to suffer. We will not continue to suffer in the name of protecting the interest of some people. No. It is about the Kenyan people, it is about the electorate, and the decision we make must impact us positively, and not because you are protecting. If you lose your job because you're voting this direction, Victor, go lose your job. But the interest of us as Kenyans must be first on the table, not the interest of individuals. And if you look around, if you look, let's say, in Bungoma County, where Speaker Wetangula is coming from, Speaker is depending on this seat so much for him to guard his Speaker's position, not for the interest of the people of Bungoma or his ward where the elections are happening. If you look on the other side in Kasipul, you'll find the chairperson of ODM, Governor Gladys Wanga, is not into this for the interest of the people of Kasipul. He's there so that they can protect their interest in the broad-based government. And I'm telling you, the Kenyan electorate right now is so enlightened, Victor, that it will come to a point whereby it is about you as an individual and what you're going to do to us as the people who are electing you than protecting your selfish interest of the position you hold in government.
Let me sip my coffee before I ask another question.
You get me? Because we have to.
Hold that, Newton. Let me come back to Akelo Mwalimu. It seems that there is no Godfather. It is not black and white the way it used to be. And right now, he's spoken about Wanjiku, who is enlightened. And it's so hard to predict Wanjiku's mind, what Wanjiku is going to do. I want to ask this question to all of you. How has Baba's exit or demise affected this mini poll? Let's start from there.
It is interesting to note that while Baba was still around, all the politicians coming from the party of ODM were drumming this kind of message to the people that it is me who Baba has chosen to lead you. That is the first point. The second one is that Baba was always a candidate for president, and then he said that elect me so that I help Baba to go and work. It is me who has worked with him, and my position, if I am elected, you can imagine that now things will start flowing through the veins of me coming to the constituency or to the ward, because I'm a Baba's person. But with the demise of Baba, you can see that ODM, the party of choice for many, is divided in the middle. Because what the Secretary General is saying is different from what the chair of the party is saying. That means that even in the same Kasipul Kabondo by-election, when the Secretary General went there to campaign, his heart was not there, was basically to present his image that the party has a candidate, but not to indulge in persuading the Kasipul Kabondo people to elect the party person. Because the difference between him and the chairperson is clear, like night and day. So the Baba's absence, maybe we'll have very few people enjoying that kind of thing because we are still mourning Baba.
Yeah.
But after this 27th of March, of November, you will see what will happen. How tables will be arranged in the room differently. For many people, it will be disaster because this is their last time to be in parliament. This is their last time to be in cabinet. This is their last time to be MCS. It is not going to be business as usual.
That is painful to say.
Yeah, it is not going to be business as usual. And you will see the beneficiaries are already angling themselves. You saw how even Morning Baba was a very competitive strategy for some politicians. Some there went there with 200 heads of cattle, and some of them went with 80, and some of them went with 70. Some of them also went with even international press to cover the event of mourning, how they have mourned Baba. So this is something which we cannot take for granted. It is serious. And for ODM, it is as a do or die. Let me repeat that. If they lose Magarini in Mombasa and they lose Kasipul Kabondo, then it means that so many people will be packing, going home, not because of, despite the fact that we are in broad-based arrangement. Yes.
Okay. Wakili, Baba's exit, I mean, you know, it was almost like a ritual that once Baba held your hand, it was a free will. Could it be the reason why President William Ruto has not stepped to any political podium to campaign for any candidate? Because somebody would say that his fiercest opponent would have been, and even said, when he was out there, that the only person angempiga kwa hii siasa angekuwa Baba peke yake. So, do you think that's the reason why he stepped back? His march is not there.
That is one of the reasons that the president, I want to believe, has been able to just take an angle and watch things, but while strictly instructing his generals to ensure that they win. For the president, I think it's really about you want to be the bigger person, and you have a country. You don't want to show partisanship. You just want your people to go out there. For Kasipul, Kapondo, that's an ODM region. Let them do their thing and deliver their candidate so that we know going forward what we are talking about. And we can be able to measure what the strength of the party is on the ground. The death of Baba has really caused a lot of confusion, especially for ODM. From where I sit, I see a lot of infightings, a lot of gerrymandering, a lot of shifting positions, because Baba was the overall figure. And combining all those political dynamics or political enigmas under the umbrella of ODM is going to be very difficult, because they all seem to be at par. How do you tell Joho to keep quiet? You saw what happened in Mombasa. I think if you were following the ODM at 20 at Mombasa and the speeches which were being given, others were saying, wezi tufunga mdomo. Others were being told, nyinyi mulishaenda. So such things, of course, clearly demonstrate that there is a lot of shifting positions. And of course now, I think yesterday, but when I saw that Oburu has chosen his lieutenants. So if you are not part of your squad, then it means you are out in terms of the party leadership. So those are some of the dynamics which people are trying to push for and ensure that they have a footing even in their own house. You see, even kids in their own house, if you are 5 or 10 of you in the house, there will always be those ones who are quiet. There will always be those ones who are fighting for themselves to be heard, either by position of their birthright, whether they were born first or last, or in the middle, depending on how somebody wants to fight for them. So that is what is happening in ODM, and the president doesn't want to meddle with that.
Yes.
The other thing is, the other two regions is, I think, also trying to, you see, like if for example, we pick Mbeere North, it will not be good for a president to show up, because it's the former DP is there, who is claiming to be the kingpin of the region, and who every morning wakes up and starts pointing to State House. You see, if you start engaging, you lower yourself to that level. But then he has chosen the deputy president, who comes from the neighboring constituency, and told him, I think you want to take this thing as the region's kingpin. Why don't you go prove yourself right from this position, so that we can be able to know going forward, we can now comfortably come and say, you are the king of the region. So it's really a position where the generals, as I said earlier, you have 5 generals, you have told them, can you go out and defend this war and give me a good report? So the president is sitting as still waiting for a good report, so that they can do the scorecard at the end of the game, that is after tomorrow, and say, where did you get it wrong?
Yes.
So do you think you deserve this seat? Because now going forward, we just need people who are battle ready and battle hardened. So basically, I think for him, much as he's interested, it's also a very good position for him to gauge and know who is the safe pair of hands whom I can move forward.
Mwalimu, how is it going to change policies when it comes to a day after tomorrow, moving forward? How will it change the electoral policies and how campaigns should be done in this country, so that we run away from politics of personality, but we get in the politics of ideologies?
It is very difficult in our Kenyan circumstance to talk about policy as the driving force behind what we aspire to achieve, and especially how to strategize on how to manage the affairs of the parties. Because it has already been proven that even the current president did not start to come to this level using UDA. You know, he had URP, he came and joined with Jubilee, they formed something else. Now he came again with ODA. So you can see. So the vision that they have had all along is metamorphosed to something else, and then that is what they go with. That's why it is still going to be very difficult to remove our political inclination from personalities to ideology. Yeah, because apparently the electorate are not yet ready for that kind of circumstance. That's why many of them say that politics is local. And that's why the deputy president is asked to go home. It is not the party moving there as a brigade to go and deliver elections in Benin North. It is what we have only seen, it is because it is about his job and his life. And it seems that when somebody becomes a deputy president or a president, it is not yet clear that this is a national position that should be guarded selfishly as a national position. It is seen to be a reward to a region. Even when I become a candidate for presidency, I must select my friend because he comes from a community, not because we share the views. He is only angling himself to go to parliament or to become a deputy president. I'm also angling myself to become a president. It is not based on ideology. Yeah. Because look at the political parties and the reason which has been given to justify the broad-based arrangement. They are saying that we had a similar view in our manifesto. They also had a similar view in our manifesto. That means that we were only having personalities moving as Kenyans to elections, not ideology. And the parties are merely vehicles. You can change that now. You are from RF4, you are going to a Prado. But the same person is the one traveling. The destination will remain the same. The vision will remain the same.
Newton, quite nicely put there, and quite a very good analogy. But then you look at ideologies. Moving forward, tomorrow and the day after, as we head towards the polls, do you think the political ideology is going to take center stage?
As I've said, Victor, you know, the death of the enigma really gave us a paradigm shift. And if we were used to the personalities, if politicians were in the space of personality corner, whereby they go with these particular thoughts and then they get elected, their time is up. And I want to agree with Malim when he said that most of these elected members of parliament, senators, governors, and MCS, most of them actually are in their last moments of being called honorable members. Because things are changing if they have not yet changed in those constituencies. Because now, moving forward, is Kenyans are going to elect people they can believe in, they can trust, people who cannot be swayed from the interest of their people. Because what you have seen, you elect people, they go into these particular positions, and then when they get there, they forget the electorate and they start focusing on the people who sent them to be elected.
A quick question.
Yes.
What is the prediction tomorrow? A day after tomorrow?
A day after tomorrow, the results.
Yes.
On the results.
Yes.
One,
not what should you expect?
What people should expect is nobody is certain. The opposition, the government. Let them cool down their tempers and wait for the results, because the final person who will speak is the electorate, who is the Kenyan voter in those particular by-elections.
Molimo, what is the expectation? As you wake up on Friday?
It is a mixed grill. Just as my friend has indicated, it is a mixed grill because we have seen how much premium has been put on these campaigns. And it has become even violent. What I foresee on the election day, although we have been assured, is that quite a number of voters in some regions may not turn up for fear of intimidation. And that is what I think they should understand, that this is their time. Let them come out, let them not be intimidated. Let them come and vote the leaders of their choice. But because of some people fear, like my youthful days, I used to fear seeing a police officer. But some police officers are likely to be put on roads in the name of keeping peace. But in the process, will deter some people who are going to vote. So that is the major challenge. But after election, we will see a lot of shifting interests and realignment. And that is when you will see the current president taking charge of the proceedings on how we want to move in 2027. You will see after this by-election.
Ouch. Ouch. Wakili, in 1 minute, IBC has a very big elephant to bring home. Are they going to carry it on their head?
They don't have a choice. For IBC, really, they don't have a choice because they asked for the job.
Yes.
And the job has come. They either fail to do it or they do it. So, and then they have the resources. They asked for the resources, they were given the resources. Because I've not heard them say that they don't have enough resources. So I'm believing they have the resources. What we need now from IBC as Kenyans now is to see an IBC which we can trust all the way up to 2027. Failure to which we still have time to kick them out. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Mwalimu, I'm reminded to ask you this question. The fate of the government says that 9,000 teachers are getting employed to replace some who are retiring or some of them who are not in the register. Just in 1 minute, you can just elaborate that for us.
That is a normal practice of government because remember, the employment of new teachers, save for the ones who have been employed to fix the transition of junior school, we have only been replacing. So the number of teachers who have retired are likely to be replaced annually because after some people retired in August, their positions are remaining vacant.
What is going to be the procedure of picking new teachers?
Sorry?
What is going to be the procedure?
The procedure is that where the teachers have retired, there should be an advert.
Okay.
They will be advertising, especially in high schools, they will be advertising the subject areas where the teachers have retired and the schools where they have retired. Those are the places which will be filled. But when it comes to the employment of the other teachers, like those who are joining in January, the 24,000, those are those who are going to fix the junior school.
Yeah.
Yeah, those ones will be applying online because they will be recruited from the counties.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how is it going to be in case of? Is it going to be that new teachers who just graduated from colleges to be picked, or those who graduated long time ago to be absorbed in the system?
The advisory we have rendered, the Teacher Service Commission is seized with the mandate to recruit teachers.
Yes.
And the condition which is put there is trained, qualified teachers. Recruit trained and qualified teachers. So irrespective of the year, depending on the need, for example, if you are recruiting a teacher who teaches physics and mathematics, and you want to employ those who graduated early and you don't have them, you may be forced to recruit somebody who graduated recently. Because that is the person who can fix the vacancy.
I see Newton want to say something, but we have just out of time. Lastly, Director, the issue of insurance. You talked about it. You had a press conference with NATSEC Gen, Colin Soyu, the other day. What is the fate of insurance for the teachers?
The teachers in insurance are shifted because the current insurance is coming to an end this month, and in 1st of December, the teachers' comprehensive medical cover will be handed over to SHA. SHA is the one which has taken over.
Okay.
And we have had some engagement, and we have seen the kind of benefits that SHA will give. We await to see whether they will fit the bill.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you. I think we just have to wrap it up there. Gentlemen, I will have to call you next week so that we can do a post-mortem. Newton, I know what was happening behind the scenes. Excuse me. Akelomi Sori, Sekjen Kupet, thank you so much for coming. Senior Newton Hamasi, Sekjen Western Kenya Professional Caucus, WebTalk, as well as Gibson Gesoyus, an advocate of the High Court. I know Newton. Thank you so much for joining us. Good morning.
Just step in for surgery.
Director, I was the one who asked Dr. Ma to perform the surgery. I'm also the vice captain of the medical team. I can go talk to Dr. Kevin if needed.
Well, May, that's not how it should be. As a doctor, don't I have the right to save a life? If the patient had died, and you'd have to explain why we're taking out a corpse.
They say daughters look like fathers. Good thing she doesn't.
I'm not bad looking.
You said you don't deserve my support. But maybe that has been my mistake all this time.
I came here to tell you that you have all of my support. You can count on me for anything, Nora.
I'm going to let you keep on bothering me this way. What do you
came
want?
here to tell you
that
Alonso is at the St. Helena Hospital. Did you hear me?
While he was talking, he put his hand on his chest and he fell down.
What did you do, Rebecca?
Alonso?
What did you do to your husband, Rebecca?
I didn't do anything. Alonso, please.
Alonso.
I'm very sorry to tell you this, but Alonso suffered a heart attack.
Wiki hii kwenye Mkulima
tunaangazia kilimo cha asili
na kisha faida zinazotokana na kilimo mjini.
Ukiangalia kama hii karatasi yangu nimeokota. Kwa hivyo nimefanya recycling. Kwa hivyo pale tu ni mchango utatafuta. Borea sisi ndio tunajitengenezea si wenyewe.
Ungana nasi Jumamosi hii saa 10:30 hapa KBC Channel 1.
Kwa mseto kamili wa kilimo.
Okay. I am your shadow. I am your karma.
Mbona usijiombee mapepo kama hayo yanayokusumbua?
Zingine ngumu kusema. Huyo Elijah lazima nimkomeshe.
Najua kesho nitakuwa poa.
We.
Nataka mayai.
Karibu depression ni bro. Hata ilivyo ilikuja.
Si tutembea usiku kesho tuone kama tunaweza pata kibarua yote.
Moto. Wana nitagundu.
5 minutes past 8, the second hour of Good Morning Kenya. Karibu sana. My name is Mike Migo from Politics. Now we talk about matters insurance, and today we are looking at insurance premium financing made easy. In studio, I'm joined by Michael Zeni Malenya, MBA, who is a General Manager, Life Insurance, Equity Bank Assurance Intermediary. Welcome to Good Morning Kenya.
Thank you,
How are you doing this morning?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Mimi niko salama. Leo nataka tuongee hiyo maneno ya insurance and Equity Bank Assurance.
Okay.
Let's get into it right away. When we talk about Equity Bank Assurance, for any person who is hearing this for the first time, what is it?
Okay. Thank you, Mike. Equity Bank Assurance was incorporated in 2017, and we got licensed to provide life and non-life insurance later on in the following year. Now, we sit inside the bank and we support our customers by ensuring they're able to access any insurances that they need. So whether you're looking for a life insurance cover, you're looking for a medical insurance cover, you're looking for general insurance for your vehicle or any of your assets, we are able to provide that within Equity Bank. Yes.
And how has it been so far in terms of impact since you started?
Yes. We have seen an amazing impact, just touching the lives of our customers, because we aim to improve the lives of our customers every day. What we do is we have negotiated good rates with different underwriters because we have the volumes for it. We have supported our customers to ensure that they are paying the right premiums for the right cover. Whether it's medical insurance, you're paying the right amount for your medical insurance, and your premiums are not necessarily affected when you make a claim based on that. Yes.
You know, you talk of when we talk about insurance, many people, maybe for someone, what comes to mind is car insurance, but there are so many types of insurance. But before we even proceed, I would want you to stress on the importance of insurance as a tool for both personal and business life.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for that wonderful question, Mike. Especially at this period when we are going into festivities, a number of us will be traveling home. There are those from abroad who will be coming. There are those who will be traveling abroad for holidays. Insurance comes in very handy.
Yes.
Not only are you able to insure your car while you're on the road, but you're also able to take a medical cover for yourself.
Yes.
So if you're used to going to a hospital in Nairobi, for example, and you get your treatment, when traveling, you can still use your medical insurance cover, whether you're on the road in Nakuru, in Murarandia, in Kisumu, in Voi, in Mombasa, you are covered. Over and above that, even as you plan your financials, you may get some monies coming in here and there. You can also opt to put in an individual pension plan. So also save for your future, get to enjoy now, but also have a buffer for the future. Yes.
That is very important. Now, when we talk about Equity Bank Assurance, of course, there are products that are there within. I would love for you to talk about them in detail and how they help one, especially when it comes to a time of calamity.
Okay. I will split them into three. First, I'll start with general insurance. Then we can talk about medical insurance and life insurance.
Yes.
Now, under general insurance, there's a lot that we cover in that. If I start, for example, with agricultural insurance, we have different farmers across the countries, whether you're farming crops or you have animals. We are able to provide insurance cover for you. Just in the event of a calamity, you are able to be restored to your initial position. You do not suffer a loss, if it was for businesses or even for personal reasons.
Yes.
Over and above that, of course, you've also mentioned motor insurance. We're able to provide that cover for individuals. We're able to provide that cover for SMEs. We are even able to provide that for those in business, matatu business, and border businesses. When you go into medical insurance, we are looking, and we are now providing medical insurance for individuals. So, Mike, you can buy medical insurance for yourself or for your siblings, your parents, and they'll be covered. We are able to provide insurance for SMEs. You're an employer with 2, 3, 10 employees. We are able to provide insurance cover for your employees so that when they fall ill, they're quickly able to go to a hospital, get treatment, and get back to work. And lastly, we also provide medical insurance for corporate companies. So as Equity Bank or as KBC, the company can take insurance cover, and when an employee is unwell, they will go to a hospital of their choice. They'll be treated and they get back to work. And lastly, I mentioned life insurance. For that as well, you can take, for example, a last expense cover. And last expense cover supports us when we lose someone that we love. Now, naturally, we love to support one another when we lose someone. But Equity Bank gives an opportunity to also have a lump sum payout when that eventuality happens. So, for example, if I pass away today, there is maybe 50,000, 100,000, 500,000 to support my family at the initial stages of arranging for a dignified burial. Above that, of course, family members and friends can come and support as well. It is also important to mention that as we cut through all these insurances, we also support our customers to pay premiums for them. So we do have insurance premium financing within the bank. If I'm taking a cover and I'm unable to pay for the full amount, Equity will provide me with a loan, and I'll be able to pay back slowly within 9 months. Yeah.
All right. You mentioned about insurance premium financing.
Yes.
And also, my next question here, what factors influence insurance premiums?
Another good question. What we have seen in the past is underwriters using claims experience to determine how much you will pay as premium or how much I'll pay as premium. But as Equity Bank, we are using our numbers and of course our skills and the teams we have to determine the right premiums that our customers pay. So no longer are our customers paying higher premiums because they experience a claim, but we do have risk assessors. We have the right teams that will speak to you, assess the risks that are involved in your businesses, your car, to determine the correct premium. So for example, if you're a new driver and you're getting your car for the first time, we've determined the right insurance company where we will place your insurance cover. We will of course also support and talk to you to ensure that you're a safe driver on the road. You pay the right premiums and not higher premiums because you're either young or a new driver on the road. Yes.
And when it comes to, when it comes to insurance claims,
yes,
there are fraud is something that you have to deal with.
Yes.
Have you encountered such, and how do you deal with them?
Yes. I think I am happy to say most of our customers, our members, are not fraudsters. But of course, once in a while, you might have either someone did not understand what was covered and what was not covered. What we are doing is, because we sit across over 220 branches, we have officers there who break down the policies that are covered. So they'll take you through the policy document. We've simplified them in a language that anyone can understand. They'll discuss in a language that you understand, if you prefer Kiswahili, English, or your mother tongue, and you're able to understand. Over and above that, there are mitigations, of course, in place as a business that we have put. When you experience a claim, you report, there's investigation that is done. And we are able to avoid any fraudulent claims. Yeah.
There's something you've mentioned that is, I think, is very important.
Yes.
Especially when it comes to understanding of insurance complexity. So, as Equity Bank Assurance, how do you ensure that your customers understand complex insurance terms and conditions?
Yes. Historically, insurance companies have provided a policy document that is heavily loaded with insurance jargon or technical jargon. At Equity, what we have done is broken that down into simple language. We've reduced that from the many pages it would be, 27 or more pages, and now will be broken down to 2-3 pages. So a customer can quickly see what is covered, what is not covered, what they need to provide, and know at a go before they take the cover, the process of making a claim when an eventuality occurs.
Yes.
Yes.
Of course, you've been offering these services for quite some time.
Yes.
What, or are there success stories that you can authoritatively say this is a success story from our bank assurance services as Equity?
Thanks. That's a wonderful question. We have many success stories, and I think I'll just try to bring to attention 3. The first one is, even as we speak right now, there is someone possibly visiting an Equity Afia for a medical checkup. There's someone visiting for treatment. We take that with a lot of pride because we've now been able to grow and have hospitals across every county in the country, and we are providing medical services through Equity Afia. There are also others who require referrals. So we have different customers that are getting treatment in referral hospitals. We even have those who are having to travel abroad for treatment under the medical insurance covers that we have provided. The second group I would mention is those in the agricultural sector. 2024, we saw a lot of farmers, especially in the Rift Valley region, suffer losses because of the fall armyworm attack. And we had quite a number of claims that we were able to settle, ensuring that those farmers did not suffer losses as a result of that. We also experienced a number of floods in the country last year and possibly early this year.
Yes.
And we were also able to support those families by paying claims, yes, putting them back to where they were before the floods.
What can you say, maybe from your own experience and going from what you see at Equity Bank Assurance, what policies in terms of insurance are more taken by, like, tend to be taken by more customers?
Okay. The policies are spread across different customers, and this is specifically usually based on their needs. So, for example, you will find a number of those of us who are employed are using insurance not only to protect our assets at the moment,
Yes.
house, home,
Yes.
but also we are thinking about the future. So a number of us are coming to Equity and requesting to set up individual pension plans, and they are saving for retirement. That is over and above, of course, what also the employer is putting aside and what we are also putting aside on NSSF. When you go, of course, back to the farms, they come speak to us about agricultural insurance. So depending on the region, that will also determine the kind of insurance covers that are sold mostly. So of course, if you're in the Rift Valley, you're looking more of agricultural insurance. If you're in Nairobi, it's spread across all. And for those in the diaspora market, what we are seeing is a take-up in medical insurance. And specifically, they are coming and purchasing insurance for their families who live here. So that when, say, if your child is back at home or your mother is back at home, you do not need to send money when they fall ill. They can use their medical insurance cover to get treatment at the hospital of their choice. Yeah.
Excellent. There's something that intrigues me, and it's about the insurance premiums, the factors that influence the insurance premium, if we can go back there a little bit.
Yes.
Does claims history of an individual affect the insurance premium?
For that, I would say yes and no. Because naturally, when we wake up and we get busy with work, etc., none of us has the intention to cause an accident, or none of us would want their house to burn down or suffer flood or lose your cattle or lose your crop. So just having a claim does not necessarily mean that your premiums need to go up. And as at Equity Bank, we are managing this with our underwriters. We have very strict SLAs. We vet them, have conversations with them quarterly, and we are able to discuss with them our customer needs. That an insurance claim is a calamity that no one wishes for. Yes, once in a while the premiums may go up, but it's something that we really discuss and talk through before that happens. Yeah.
Indeed. Now, you know, maintaining an impressive claims payment rate is important, especially when it comes to insurance premiums. But then again, what makes your approach very unique or distinct within this market?
Okay, thank you. The one key advantage we have as Equity Bank and Equity Bank Assurance Intermediary Limited is numbers. We do have a significant amount of customers, and of course also our asset base. That has given us you know, the fuel to move forward, to negotiate for very strict service level agreement with underwriters that we work with. Number two, it has also fueled us to identify the right partners to work with. So we don't just send your insurance cover to anyone. We send to a partner we know will be there when you need them. And lastly, of course, is the team that we have at Equity. We have the right people, we have the right resources. From risk advisors to the claims underwriting team, finance team, we do have the right people that ensure they're driving this business in the right direction. Yes.
You know, last year, actually, you had a recognition as the overall best bank assurance intermediary limited. Multiple accolades, actually.
Yes.
So what did that mean for you, and how does this year look, actually?
Yes. Thank you for bringing that up, and it's very exciting to be identified by Think Business in the Insurance Award as Best Bank Assurance, Best Customer-Centric, Best in Embracing Technology, and among other awards that we received. That really gave us a reason to ensure that we remain at the top. So we challenge ourselves, because now we are the only competition. We are competing with ourselves to ensure that we still remain the best intermediary, we still embrace technology, and we keep improving that. So whether you have a claim, you can reach us through the branch, and through our technology we are able to process and pay that. Yes.
What do you think it means for the customers that you have, and the potential or the prospective customers that you may want to serve in the future?
Yes, for the customers that we have and those that are looking to sign up insurance through us, it means that we are the best in the market and we are doing it right. That we have finally figured how we can offer insurance in a manner that can be trusted, in a manner that reaches our customers, in a manner that restores you to the position that you should be in the event that something occurs.
Yes.
Yes.
What would you say, maybe because you have been in the industry, what would you say the challenges that may come when it comes to insurance premium financing?
Okay. The major challenge that affects insurance has always been trust. That even if I'm still able to pay premiums, I'm not sure if the company will settle my claim when it occurs or not, or even sometimes delays in settling claims. Now, what we are doing as an intermediary, Equity Bank Assurance intermediary, is number one, explaining the cover to you.
Yes.
Number two, ensuring that you're paying this premium on time. So we are financing you. You're able to pay full premium upfront, and you're fully covered. In case anything happens, premium was paid on time, you understood the terms and condition, and as such, you also understand our claims process. You can quickly write to us, call us, reach through our branches, and we can quickly also process your claim. So it's a smooth process.
Yes.
From the time you identify this is the insurance I need, you're able to pay through IPF, ensuring you also manage your cash flows. You understand the cover that you have, and the time of claim, we are also there with you. So someone calls you and someone handholds you. We pay claims also on time. So for example, if it's a last expense cover, we are paying that within 48 hours. If it is a motor insurance, as long as motor accident that we are paying, you have all the right documents, we are also paying that in time, and someone is always calling and keeping you updated on the progress. Yeah.
You've talked about timeliness of paying these premiums, but what happens if these premiums are not paid on time?
Okay. In the event that premiums were not paid on time, and if you are not with equity, for example, you may not be able to claim the loss that you have suffered. However, if you're with equity, we do have an understanding with our underwriters, and as I mentioned earlier, based on the volumes that we also have as a business, we are able to negotiate at times with underwriters to have your claims paid. However, we insist that your premiums are paid on time, and now we want to say we do have the financing, we do have the facility for it. So allow us to pay for you that premium. You are 100% covered, and when a claim occurs, we do not have a back and forth before you are paid.
Yes, indeed. Now, looking into the future, and with regard to Equity Bank Assurance, how does it look like going forward?
Thank you. Lovely question as well. The future looks bright, both for us as an intermediary and for our customers. Number one, for the last few years, maybe the last 5 years, as Equity Group, we have also established our own insurance companies. So now we have a life insurance company, we have a general insurance company, and a medical insurance company. So over and above the SLAs we have with other underwriters, we equally have our own internal underwriters to ensure that we serve our customers even better. Because when you walk into us, we are now a full integrated financial, we offer full integrated financial services. One, you can borrow, you can invest, you can insure, you can save, and you can move money.
Yes.
You do not need to have different financial advisors on that. When you walk into a bank, any of our branches, you know, an RM can offer you a 360 support in your financial needs. Yeah.
I want you to explain how obtaining insurance from Equity Bancassurance now differs from traditional insurance companies.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. The process of acquiring insurance through Equity Bancassurance is, we've made it quite simple for our customers. We have trained all our officers within the bank to understand insurance. So as long as you have a need, or they can also help you identify an insurance need, give you risk advisory on that, show you, you know, the process of underwriting, and in a simple way through the bank, you are able to identify the right cover for yourself. Through IPF, pay your premiums, and you are covered. So very simple, with very skilled staff, ready to speak to you in the language that you understand, ready to break down for you, ready to even visit your premises to help understand your need and what could affect the premiums and how that can be resolved.
Yes,
yes,
indeed.
Yeah.
I want you to look at that customer, and as we close,
yes,
you give Kenyans your final remarks.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mike. It's been a pleasure. And to our customers, just to say that we are there for you, to hold your hand, to support you, and to be with you in the process of either acquiring insurance, ensuring that you have the right cover, and also support you in the claims process. Now, a reminder that we always give, just remember that if anyone calls you from a different number asking for your personal information, your PIN or your password, do not share your personal information. And Equity staff will only call you through our official number, which is 0763 000 000. That is 0763 000 000. And in case you experience such a call, please text us through 333, or you can visit any of our branches and discuss that with us. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The message is well home. It's all about unlocking that simplicity when it comes to insurance premium financing.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Michael Zeni Malenya, MBA, who is the General Manager, Life Insurance, Equity Bancassurance Intermediary Limited. This is where we end this conversation. Thank you for tuning in. Good Morning Kenya is still on air and continues shortly. My name is Mike Migwe. Stay with us.
When the hills gave way in Marakwet, thousands were left with nothing. But together, we can help them rise again. Join KBC in the Restore Hope, Restore Earth campaign, Unity in Adversity. Together for Marakwet, Donate through paybill number 522533, account number 8036543, or drop foodstuffs and supplies at Marakwet County offices. Every shilling, every tree, every act of kindness counts. KBC, bringing Kenyans together.
My other talent is dancing, modeling. I also play ice hockey and roller hockey, and I also play golf and tennis. My future plan is to be a doctor and a Miss Universe, and in skating I would like to be a coach and train those kids who want to skate.
Mama's porridge is sweet. Today I'm going to show you how to make a grilled cheese sandwich and tomato soup.
Today I'm going to teach you how to make a toilet roll sheet.
Mama's porridge is sweet.
Kwa kweli usi uchawi. Ni talanta zinakuzwa.
Taja umuhimu wa formula katika fasihi simulizi.
Inasaidia kuitoa athira kutoka ulimwengu halisi hadi ulimwengu wa hadithi.
Jadili changamoto zozote zile zinazowakumba waajiriwa kwa kurejelea hadithi ya harubu ya maisha.
Changamoto ya kwanza ni kucheleweshwa kulipwa mshahara.
Lakini mtu ambaye ana masomo utapata kwamba hategemei kazi moja peke yake.
Wingi wa sentensi. Mvuvi amemwona mwewe msikitini.
Wavuvi wamewaona mwewe msikitini.
Wavuvi wamewaona mwewe msikitini. Wapige makofi.
A conversation about changing systems, rebuilding dignity, and of course, proving that there definitely is life beyond the bars.
Shock on me. This officer says to me, I'm actually here to arrest you. From that point on, the wrongful prosecution begins. I am a convicted felon in this country. The friends I had, all the contacts, everyone has disappeared. So reality checks in. And it's a very harsh reality. Poverty does not equate criminality. So let us change that in this country and see to it that the opposite of justice is not inequality.
Welcome back to Good Morning Kenya. I want now to take you to Mombasa, where the 32nd International Convention of the Engineers is happening. That is 32nd the Institute of Engineers of Kenya Convention is happening. And the theme for this convention is Engineering the Future, the role of emerging engineers, the role of emerging engineers. If we can take a listen of the proceedings that are taking place in Mombasa.
Thank you, Engineer Paul Ochola, for welcoming me. I want to recognize our foreign delegates who have joined us in this convention. I want to recognize our senior leaders, our eminent engineers. I recognize our heads of organizations who are here, engineers, and the protocols which have been established. This morning, I want to take this opportunity to welcome you to today's function. And I know you may be wondering why probably the day has looked a little bit slow, but simply because this is the official opening day of the convention. Yesterday we had the Future Leaders Summit. It was a great day, and I want to thank all of you for the role and the participation you participated in to make the day a success. So today we're expecting our chief guests who is the head of public service, Mr. Felix Kosgei, and he's actually within and will be joining us in a short while. So we decided, as we wait for him, let us use this opportunity to just talk about some of the things we committed to do in the last convention, our 31st IEK convention. I don't know whether my presentation can be displayed to the members, but in the 31st IEK convention, there are some things we committed to do. And one of them is turning innovations